A small southern town. The air is thick with unspoken divisions. Ava Carter, 16, walks home with her best friend, Jerome Daniels. They laugh, their voices bouncing off the pavement. Jerome, grinning. You know you're going to be famous one day, right? Standing at a podium, demanding justice. Ava laughs, and you'll be right there with me, winning cases in court. Jerome Daniels, the lawyer who changed the system. Jerome, mock serious, I like the sound of that. We'll take on the world together. They turn a corner. A police cruiser slowly rolls up beside them. Officer Ryan Mitchell sits in the driver's seat. His younger partner, Officer Brent Collins, tightens his grip on his baton. Collins lowers window. Hey you, hands where I can see them. Jerome, frowning. Did we do something wrong, sir? Collins, snaps, didn't ask for questions. ID, now. Ava, stepping forward. We're just walking home. Mitchell shifts in his seat, uneasy. He knows Collins and knows his temper, but he says nothing. Collins, to Jerome, hands on your head. Now. Jerome obeys, jaw clenched. Ava, firm. He didn't do anything. Collins, scoffs. Is that so? Maybe we'll check his record, see what we find. Jerome, I don't have a record. Collins, mocking. Is that what you think? A tense beat. Mitchell's fingers twitch against the steering wheel. He could stop this, but he doesn't. Jerome reaches for his wallet. Collins lunges, slamming him against the cruiser. Ava shouts, "Stop it. You're hurting him." She reaches out. Collins shoves her hard. She stumbles, hitting the pavement. Jerome, Ava. Mitchell, finally Collins. Collins, stay out of it, Ryan. To Jerome, resisting now? Huh? Jerome's face is pressed against the hood of the car. A bystander lifts a phone, recording. Ava, breathless, shaking. You're on camera. Collins, snarls. Don't care. The moment stretches Jerome's face against metal. Ava's hands scraping the pavement, Mitchell frozen in place. Sirens wail. More officers arrive. The tension thickens. Cut to a cracked phone screen. The video of Jerome's arrest plays. Ava watches, fists clenched. Monique Carter, her mother, stands behind her, face tight with worry. Monique, soft, baby. You need to let this go. Ava, whispers, I can't. Monique, firmer. You don't know what they'll do to you. People who speak out. Ava turns, eyes blazing. Then that's the problem, isn't it? We're all too scared. A beat. Monique's shoulders drop. Monique, I just don't want to lose you. Ava, soft. You won't. Cut, to. Officer Mitchell sits in his car, staring at his hands. The news plays on his radio. Reporter V. O. The arrest of Jerome Daniels has sparked protests across the city. Many call for an investigation. Mitchell turns it off. Silence. His phone buzzes. A message from Officer Darnell Hughes. Text. You saw what happened. You know it was wrong. Mitchell exhales. His reflection stares back at him in the rear view. Mirror. Cut to Ava, standing before a small crowd at her school, trembling but determined. Ava, they want us to stay quiet. They want us to believe we don't matter. But Jerome matters. We all do. And I'm not going to be silent. The crowd murmurs. Some nod. Some look afraid. Others pull out their phones, recording. Ava, if you stand with me, let them know. Let them see us. One clap, then another, and another. The sound swells. The school hallway buzzes with murmurs as Ava walks past. Students whisper, some throwing her sharp glances, others avoiding her entirely. She grips her books tighter, her chin high, but her hands tremble. Student 1. Whispering, there goes the troublemaker. Student 2. I heard she's trying to start a riot. Ava, muttering to herself, just keep walking. A teacher, Mr. Henderson, steps in front of her. Mr. Henderson. Ava, a word. Ava sighs, nodding, and follows him into an empty classroom. Mr. Henderson. Look, I get that you're passionate. But this. Gestures to the door, implying the tension outside is causing a disturbance. You should focus on your education. Ava. My education? Mr. Henderson, how am I supposed to focus when my best friend is in jail for nothing? When people like Jerome don't get a fair shot? You taught us about standing up for what's right. Was that just a lesson, or does it mean something? Mr. Henderson. Sighing, there's a way to make change, Ava, but this isn't it. Ava clenches her fists, shaking her head before walking out. As she exits, her phone vibrates. An anonymous message. Stay quiet or else. At home, Ava sits at the kitchen table, staring at the cracked screen of her phone. Her mother, Monique, stands at the sink, scrubbing a plate with too much force. Monique, you got another one, didn't you? Ava, quietly. Yeah. Monique. Ava, this isn't just online talk. Someone threw a brick through our window last night. I called the police. They didn't even show up. Do you understand what that means? Ava, that they don't care, which is exactly why I have to keep going. Monique, and what if they come for you next? What if I wake up and you're... Her voice breaks and she turns away, pressing a hand to her forehead. Ava. Softly, I can't let fear stop me. That's what they want. Monique exhales shakily, looking at her daughter, so young, yet carrying so much. Monique, just be careful, please. And so the revolution continues, not in grand gestures, but in everyday acts of bravery.